ਪਹਿਲੀ ਰਾਈਡ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੀਜ਼ਨ ਦੀ 1.5 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘੋੜੇ ਬਸ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੰਦਰ ਡੱਕੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਸੀ, ਅੱਜ ਕੱਢੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੁੱਖ ਸਬੀਲੀ ਰਾਈਡ ਹੋਵੇ। ਸੋ ਪਰਪਸ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਬਾਡੀਜ਼ ਕੈਮਲੂਪਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਿਮੇਨਸ ਉਹਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਫਾਈਂਡ ਆਊਟ ਕੀਤੇ ਆ, ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਟ੍ਰਿਬਿਊਟ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਆ।
Grateful we are to have you with us today in memorial. So, Books Jam.
It was forced to stay here, right?
To stay here. And you know, we have a book from the government. It's called the Indian Act. And in the Indian Act it says if our parents didn't send us to the school, they would go to jail, or we would be taken away and they'd never see us again.
So they took away your parents. They took away your language.
Yeah.
And they took away all the civil rights, the basic, the fundamental rights.
Yes, and then you know, our parents lost that parenthood. You know, they didn't know how to raise their children. And as we grew up, we too didn't have that parenting skills. You know.
And the main thing is the language. When you lose your language, you can't communicate with your parents, right?
No. And our parents that came here, my dad came here, he went to school maybe for an hour a day, and it was farm. They had pigs, they had cows, they had potato fields, they had hay fields. That's where they were spent most of their time instead of in school.
And when did this thing happen? Were you at this school at the same time, or was it before or after?
It must have been here. It could have happened any time we were here. We didn't know.
So it happened during those years.
I'm sure it has. All
So no one noticed that time.
Nobody noticed.
Like it's 215 kids.
That's
Same
a
time
lot.
away, right? No one noticed that time.
Especially for this size of the town.
Yeah, it's very secretive, and they're younger kids. And I remember one boy, he was so homesick. Maybe he just hated it here. He hung himself. In that white building behind here. And you know, you
As like it was not a school, it was as like prison.
yeah.
But that's what she's saying. She wasn't supposed to go home, even though it was just right there.
Yeah.
She had to stay here. And even the parents cannot come and see the kids whenever they want to.
It's like a hostel, then, right?
This is more of
Hostel
what
spot, yeah.
as Paji says. This is more of a prison.
Yeah. And some kids were transported from Lillooet, Merritt, maybe from Chase, in a 1-ton truck, and they were transported here. Only standing room, only no toilet break, nothing.
Oh man.
And you know, it was maybe not even a bench for them to sit down. They had to stand all the way how many hours from Lillooet to here.
That is a genocide, big time.
Yeah, so that's how some kids were transported here. On those big,
Planned.
Of course. This is what's been happening back home.
That's why.
yeah,
We guys are experienced the same thing.
Yeah.
What you guys went through, we've been going through
I
the
know.
same thing.
and you know, in Australia too, are the same way. The Aboriginal people are treated just like all of us here. You know, we're minority people, so we get judged by the government, right? They think that we're not good enough to be on the face of the earth, so they want to eliminate us, right?